welcome back to my channel, Some Inspirations for You. So this evening I've got 4 friends coming around for dinner, so I am madly at the moment trying to prepare 3 courses. And when I say I'm madly trying to prepare it, it is only 11:15, and my plan is that I'm going to spend the next hour preparing dinner, and then I can relax and leave most of it till this evening. And the reason I'm doing it now is because I'm going to be using the slow cooker. I'm going to make some bread. If you can just see behind me, there's a box there. I normally make my bread from scratch using flour and mixing it all together myself. However, the other week I saw this box, I shall show you here, Paul Hollywood bread. And I usually use Paul Hollywood recipes, and this is a garlic and herb tear and share. And my plan is that I'm going to make this bread and wrap it around a camembert, a baked camembert it will be. Sorry, there's a plane going over, it's always noisy. So I'm going to do that as well. So I need to get that going because it needs to obviously proof as well. So that's there. And then I also want to make the chocolate gâteau roulade, which I've made a couple of weeks ago. So I will put the link to that on the bottom of this YouTube channel. Sorry, this YouTube video. So the main course, I'm going to try and make it as healthy as possible, and I'm going to do paprika chicken. It's really simple. You can do it in the oven in a sort of roasting dish, start it off in the pan and then put it into the oven to roast later, but I'm being lazy and doing it in my slow cooker. And one of the reasons for doing it in my slow cooker is that actually I think the chicken in it actually softens and cooks so much better, and the flavours are infused into it. So what we're going to do, it's dead easy because it is all about throwing things into a slow cooker. As you know, with me, I do things quick and easy. So this is what the final version should look like. So let's see how we make it. Okay, so you'll see my slow cooker, I've already got 8 chicken thighs. Now they did actually come with the skins on, and I have carefully removed every single skin off them. And the reason to do that is to make it a lot more healthy for you. There's a lot of fat in that, you wouldn't believe it. And actually I will link a video I did when I very first started on YouTube, so I apologise, it's one of my very first ones, but you will get the gist of how much fat you can actually eat without knowing it. So I've taken all that off. The thighs are boned, and again I do that on purpose because I think bones add more flavour to the chicken. So that's already in the slow cooker. I'm going to add to that now 2 chopped onions. I have just dropped a bit of onion on the floor, and just a little tip for you there, if you have dogs, make sure you pick it up as quickly as possible because chopped onion, or raw onion and cooked onion actually, is poisonous for dogs. To that I'm also going to add 2 chopped peppers, and I've used a red and a yellow one, and I've used those colours just because I want it to look pretty. You know me, if I have to use peppers I do sort of think about the colours just so it mixes up. Okay, so that's all gone into there. You then need to add your paprika. So to that I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of paprika. With paprika you can have different strengths. I've got a spicy one here, which I think was from Lidl, but you can just put a mild one if you're not really into sort of spicy food. I also need some dried mixed herbs, 1 teaspoon. Okay. It's gone in there. Also need then to add some bay leaves. Then I want to add a tin of chopped tomatoes. I'm not mixing any of this up at all, as you can see. I am literally just putting it into my slow cooker. And then I want to add about 400 millilitres of chicken stock. Now here's a little hack for you. If it's going in the slow cooker, you don't need to make chicken stock in advance because it'll all mix in together anyway. So all I'm going to do is take my stock cube, place it in the middle, there, and then I'm just going to add my water to it. And then I also want to then add a bit of garlic. Now you can add cloves. If you're going to add cloves, I say add probably a couple of cloves of garlic. If you know me, you know I like to use my lazy garlic because I'm just too lazy to chop it, if I'm honest. And I've never found a really good machine that actually sort of mushes it up for, you know, the presses. I've bought loads over the years and they're just rubbish. So just going to add probably 1 heaped teaspoon into that. Okay, so that's all ready, but before I put the lid on it, I'm going to add some chorizo. Chorizo, as you know, is full of paprika anyway, but I just think it adds an extra flavour. And you get lots of different chorizo sausages around, but my favourite has to be Tesco's Finest. If you can see that. Light's a little bit bright, there you go. And I just love it because it really gives an extra taste to the dish. You don't have to put it in if you don't want to. It's just a preference. I quite like it. So there's only one thing left to do now, and that's to pop the lid on. And that is literally my preparation. So that's took probably less than 5 minutes in total. And that will stay in there. I will look at it in probably about 3 hours time and maybe just mix the vegetables on the top, but I'm going to leave the chicken on the bottom as it is because that needs to cook the most. What I don't want is the vegetables. Sorry, Lola just about to go for the onion, just bear with me. Right, as I said, pick up the onion as quick as possible. Lola spotted it and nearly had it. So yeah, so I will keep the vegetables as much as possible on top because I don't want them mushy, but I do want them cooked through. So I'll show you what that looks like later on. Hi, do you remember the chicken thighs I put into my slow cooker earlier? I just wanted to show you this because I've actually cooked the skins off that I cut off for the dogs for later for a treat. And I just thought I would put it into perspective as to how much fat you can actually add into your food if you're not careful. I said I took the skin off because I didn't want that amount of fat in my dinner. Now there was 8 chicken thighs, so 8 chicken skins, and that, if you can see, is the fat that I drained off when I cooked the skins. So if you can imagine that in your food, how much extra that's going to add to your calorie intake. So next time you're thinking about what you're cooking and you're wondering whether the skins make a lot of difference or not, think about that. Because that is full, it's a ramekin full of fat. So I'm going to be tipping that down the sink, but it could have easily ended up in our stomachs tonight. Now as for the dinner, it is cooking absolutely lovely. I've given it a little stir now, and I've just taken the lid off the slow cooker for the last hour, and I will give you a preview of it when it's ready. Hi, right, so we're ready to serve, and here is the finished dish. So this is paprika chicken with chorizo. So if you enjoyed that, please subscribe to my channel, similar inspirations for you. Press notifications as well, so that every time I post a new video, you can get a notification to say that it's there and you can come across and have a look at it. If you try my recipes, please let me know how you get on with them. If there's anything that you think didn't work well, let me know. And if you enjoyed it, let me know. So give me a thumbs up as well, please, and we'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe.